Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast.
What's going on, booties? I don't know if you can feel that nip in the air. I don't know if you can feel the atmosphere and all the craziness that's going on. What's this? You know what time it is? Lex, do you know what time it is? Do you know what time of year it is? It's National Bagel Day. It's National Bagel Day. And you know what? To celebrate National Bagel Day, we have a very cool cat coming in. No, I'm not Carol Baskins. Don't get confused. We are bringing in Max Sherard, owner of Nosh Caterers, to come in. We're going to talk to Max about all the good stuff he's got going on. But before we do, Lex, hey, co-hosting the podcast tonight, sous chef of the VooDoo Chef, Miss Alexis.
I'm back.
What's going on? You're like the 80s. You're back.
Nothing much.
So,
I'm back.
So we got to talk about Big Eddie C. Big Eddie C couldn't be with us tonight. He actually had to work. He had to do some schedule shift. I always talk about how freaking smart Big Eddie C is and why I keep him around, because this guy ain't that bright. But Big Eddie C is actually certified now. He took the test last night. He is certified to teach every subject area except for PE. I mean, this guy is just a freaking genius. Every subject area except PE. So, like, imagine going to school and
Wow.
go to history class and there's Big Eddie C. Oh, all right, time to go to science. Big Eddie C. Then you jump over and you're in English. Big Eddie C. I mean, how much cooler could it get? And now, when you jump over to math, Big Eddie C. But no PE. No PE. I mean, come on. He hangs out with the VooDoo Chef. But
No
Lex, you
PE.
know what they say, right? They say those who can't do, teach. And those who can't teach PE. So who really needs the PE degree anyway, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's right out of School of Rock. Don't let me fool you. Oh, man, so many people popping into the VooDoo Chef Podcast waiting room. I don't even know who they are. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They ain't coming in. We got big plans today. Lex, it really is a special time of year. We know the holiday season's upon us. Tell us what's going on down at Alessi Bakery.
We are surrounded by gingerbread houses and cookie platters. So, yay.
So how many have you made already?
Gingerbread houses, I'd say we've done 300, 350.
Holy moly.
Cookie platters, I'd say like 200.
I got to tell you,
Decorated cookies, I say we're over 1,000.
I hate doing one gingerbread house. That royal icing, all that stickiness, man, not my cup of tea. No way, Jose. It's kind of boring, repetitive, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I did 147 in 8 hours, so
Holy shit.
going great.
That's insane. And it makes you, as a parent, flash back to when you're trying to build this thing with your kid and you buy that little kit or you're doing the little crap with the milk carton and putting the shit on the outside, and you're there for like 3 hours and it comes out looking like it was in the San Francisco earthquake. And here's Lex going, well, you know, I knock out 100, and man, I hate you sometimes. Hey, it is National Bagel Day, and because of that, I actually created a very cool dish. You know, the bagel, first documented back in 1610, I think, in Poland, It's one of the Polish credited food items, and it gets its round shape because they want to give the ongoing luck. And there's a lot of stories behind it. But nowadays, you can't walk into a brunch anywhere without finding a bagel, cream cheese, lox, tomato, onion, and capers. I took a twist on that and I created a real cool dish. I made an everything bagel salmon on top of a Boursin cream sauce. I topped it with dirty smoked tomatoes, pickled shallots, and fried capers. I got to tell you, came out phenomenal. We're going to take a second. We're going to show some of that to you guys. Take a look at the salmon we created. Holy moly. What's going on, booties? We're finally getting started with the halfway hangout. A little bit late today on me. Guys, we got a lot of moving parts today, so we're trying to keep it all going. I gotta tell you what though, now that we're finally out here and getting started, let's have a beer. It is outdoor weather here in Tampa, let me tell you. I got my apron on. Gotta tell you, I kicked the shoes off. I got the flip-flops on. Florida dress wear, guys. Carl Miller, what's going on, man? 5:30-ish, absolutely. Carl, a lot of moving parts today, and that's kind of why I'm got my green egg open. The fire is blaring here. I'll show you what's going on real quick. What we're finishing off. So what we got here, we got a little dirty smoked tomatoes. I gotta tell you, they smell like steak. They're just smelling so damn good. Normally we'd start by telling you what the haps are, what's going on with VooDoo around town. Let me start with these tomatoes just so we know, because they're getting ready to wrap up. And we just took some tomatoes, tossed them with a little olive oil. You can use whatever you want. You can use cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes. I found some nice organic yellow, red, purple grape cherry tomatoes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know what? They're done. They're coming out. They're coming out. And we tossed them with a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon, and then about 2 tablespoons of dirt. And let me tell you, they're going to make a phenomenal addition to the plate today. I need a sip of this beer. Just so you know, guys, you're far away today, and I wear glasses, but I don't wear glasses, if you know what I mean. So I might not see everybody pop in. Dre, you're back again, man, every week. I love it. I absolutely love it. I still have not seen a dish yet. I have not seen a dish yet. So, maybe Dre needs to join us for Halfway Hangout. For Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. What do you think there, Carl? All right, guys, let's talk about what VooDoo's got coming up. My tomatoes are chilling. I am going to take my other cast iron. I'm going to start getting this hot. So we're going to drop this in the egg just so we get a nice hot skillet. Start heating that up. I'll leave my lid open, hopefully. But let's talk about VooDoo. I'm excited to tell you guys, I don't have a single in-person event until February 12th. Not a public event. February 12th, we got the, guys, it's going to be super cool. VooDoo Valentine. VooDoo Valentine. You're going to be able to come out and have dinner and a show, VooDoo style. We are partnering with our boy Johnny B. And Johnny B is the funniest man in Tampa Bay. Check him out at Johnny B Comedy. We're going to be serving a VooDoo Valentine. We're taking over Dark Door Spirits. Dark Door Spirits is a local distillery here, and we are taking it over for the night, and we're going to voodooify the whole damn place. You and your guest, whoever it may be, you can come alone if you want. We're not like that. We'll have one of our workers hang out with you that night, pretend to be your Valentine. But VooDoo Valentine, 4 courses. You're going to get our bacon fat fries if you've never had them. They are the bomb.
We bake the potatoes, cool them down, then we deep fry those bad boys, toss them in bacon fat, finish them with our very own house ranch dressing, and that's just the way you're going to start the night. After that, you're going to get VooDoo Chef barbecue shrimp. If you've never had the barbecue shrimp, real simple. Peel them, suck them, dip them, eat them. You're also going to get I'm showing you what we're cooking with tonight because everybody always asks. That's all. As I talk, trying to multitask. It's all right. We'll get there. We're also going to have the feast of the night. Twin burgers ish. They're called the Badass and the Bitch. You can decide who's who and what's what. Mark Carr, thanks for coming in. Andrea Joyner, nice to have you. Remember, guys, I want to see everything you make that's VooDoo. So make sure you post those on our social media accounts at VooDoo13 on all social media. And remember, Carl, we're addicted to TikTok. You can also find us there. But you have the Badass and the Bitch, 2 different burgers. One is actually a chicken burger. It's going to have smoked apples, our house pimento cheese, and some caramelized onions. Or you can have that's the bitch, guys. Or you can have the Badass. The Badass is our special blend, 80-20 ground beef with applewood smoked bacon. We grind them together through the grinder, 50-50 blend. You're going to get twin patties. You're going to get jerk onions, smoked provolone cheese, and then our brand new FOMO sauce. First time we're going to showcase FOMO sauce officially. Sign up. I forgot dessert. I always forget dessert. The dessert's the best part, though. Represents the 5 food groups, and of course the 5 food groups of the VooDoo Chef. Butter, bacon, caffeine, carbs, and bourbon. And by bourbon, we all know what I mean. So, that's on February 12th. Tickets are available right now. They make a great holiday gift, so get them before they sell out. You can get them at VooDooChef.com. It is the only place to grab the ticket right now. And of course, we will have some of the libations from Dark Door Spirits. I'm telling you, they make a bad-ass old-fashioned. We do have a couple bottles of the VooDoo Gin left. You can get that on VooDooChef.com. If you're unaware, I partnered with Dark Door. I bought my own barrel of their gin because it is that good. And when I did that, we did it, and the proceeds from that barrel and the bottles you purchase are going to support the VooDoo Chef Foundation. So check that out. Their gin is phenomenal. We all know I'm a Jack drinker. I'm a tequila drinker. It's actually the second time ever I had gin. First time I had it, and I'm like, this sucks. But there's something magical about that gin, guys. I don't know if it's the fact that it's aged for 2.5 months in the New American Oak barrel or what, but their gin is off the chart. Off the chart. So check it out. Check it out. Any questions you guys have, post them up there in that little scroll screen. Like I said, I'm doing my best to keep my eye out. And as always, you can find us every Friday on the VooDoo Chef podcast. Drops every Friday. We got a new one dropping this week. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And of course, right here, the Halfway Hangouts. Halfway Hangouts, we get out here, we cook a little bit, we chat a little bit. We try to tie it in, try to keep it in line with what we're doing. And then we get on Johnny B on Friday night, live on 102.5, every Friday at 10 o'clock. Feel Good Freestyle Foodie Friday. I think that's what Johnny calls it. My fat ass would be the foodie part. But we get on there and we talk about all things VooDoo, and kind of what we cooked this week. So we're going to be cooking here in a minute. But again, I want to see what you cook. We want you to VooDoo like we do. We want to check out what you're cooking. Let me see it. Tag us at VooDooChef13. Hell, use our hashtag Voodies, VOODIES, and let us see what you got going. Zach Edmondson, it has been a while, my friend. Nice to have you check in. Here's to you, and I hope you're doing well. Let us know what's going on. Larry, nice to see you. All right, all the VooDoo pleasantries out of the way. Let's talk about what's going on. Quick little flashback. I had to do some pre-prep today. I had to roast my tomatoes. I didn't want to stand here and talk to you guys all that time. These took about 30 minutes. We took the tomatoes. We've got little cherry tomatoes in here. Grapes, sorry. We tossed them with oil. We hit them with dirt. We put them on the cast iron, about 250, 300 degrees, inside the green egg, about 30, 40 minutes. Dirty brisket tomorrow. I hope you're bringing me some dirty brisket. I do want to see that. Let's see that tag there, homie. With these tomatoes, again, 30, 40 minutes on the egg, 250, 300 degrees. Pull them out, and we're just letting them set. We're going to come back to them in a minute because we're doing something super cool. I did some Fat Boy shallots. If you don't know what I mean by that, I thin sliced some shallots and I pickled them in VooDoo Chef Fat Boy. VooDoo Chef Fat Boy, it is an Eastern North Carolina barbecue sauce. However, you can use it as a marinade, an injection, use it as a rehydrator. We mix it with mayonnaise and sugar and create a little coleslaw. We also use it with some Coca-Cola and soy sauce to make our fajitas. Just an all-around amazing product. I don't just say that because it's mine, but I did give it the name Fat Boy because that's mine. So we just took the shallots, thin sliced them, covered them with Fat Boy. We needed them to set for an hour or two, so that's what's happening there. I did also, on my gas stove inside my gas burners, I made a little boursin cheese sauce. I reduced some white wine with some shallots, added a little heavy cream, stirred in some boursin cheese with a little bit of dust to bring some salt and pop those flavors. Now, all of our pre-prep work is done. What the? Gotta be good. What the hell are we making? Well, Friday night on Johnny B, we're going to be talking about National Bagel Day. And it is National Bagel Day on Friday. So we're going to take a little look at the bagel. Bagel dates all the way back to about 1610 and comes to us from Poland. Bagels were shaped round to kind of make you think of ongoing, continued good luck. And they were often given as good luck. So, it wasn't uncommon. A woman has a child and she's given a bagel. And that bagel is meant to represent an ongoing year of good luck for that baby. So the representation of the food often has a meaning in what's taking place. And you look at the bagel nowadays, it's not uncommon for us to walk into a restaurant or a brunch or even at home and we find bagels a staple across the country. You'll find it paired with smoked salmon, lox. We'll get to the lox in a minute. Onions, tomatoes, capers, cream cheese, and it's everywhere. Today, we're going to do a little VooDoo screwed up look at a bagel. So when we talk about the bagel's real easy. We're going to leave the carbs out. We're going to drink our carbs tonight, and that's a good thing. When we talk about the lox on the bagel, lox back in the day is nothing more than brined salmon. They would take the salmon and put it in a salty solution, and it would cure the salmon. Nowadays, they use a light salt solution, and they let it set for a couple days to cure, and then they cold smoke it. So it has that little smoky flavor. This is why we wanted to smoke our tomatoes, to bring a little bit of that smoke to the table. We're not going to leave our salmon in the green egg too long, so we wanted to make sure we had some more smoke on that plate because we're doing my messed up version of a lox bagel. So when I think of bagels, I'm not a big fan of the straight plain bagel. My favorite's an Asiago. Asiago didn't make sense for what we're doing today, but an everything bagel did. So I got a little everything bagel seasoning here. Let me see if we can take a look at this. Karen, what's going on? Raphael, how you doing? Everything bagel seasoning. You can buy this at the market. You can make your own. Real simple. Everything bagel seasoning. Poppy seeds, sesame seeds, black sesame seeds, minced dried garlic, minced dried onion, and a little flaked sea salt. You can use kosher salt if you want. That's what I'm using. But if you want to go buy it, go buy it. If you want to make it,
make it. If you have these things in your home, it's probably easier to just throw it together. The ratios are simple. 2 tablespoons of the poppy sesame and black, 2 teaspoons of the garlic, onion, and salt. And here's a better look at what it looks like so you can see the contrasts. My wife didn't really grasp what I was making today, so I described it like a sesame seared tuna. We're going to take our salmon and kind of have that same little gimmick going on. I'm going to take a little olive oil. I got my blackening skillet over here getting ready. It's nice and hot on this green egg. And on the green egg, I pulled out the convector, so we're right over the fire. I did put in a couple raised racks, so my skillet's a little higher than normal. I got a real little bit of olive oil on that cast iron. I'm just going to mash my salmon right into this everything bagel seasoning. I'm going to lift it up, and I want you to look at this coat. Look at the coat on that, and then you see it on the side. And we're just going to sear this up. Bring it right over here, and you should be able to hear it. You get a nice little sizzle out of that. Salmon number 2, because I don't know if you know, everything we make in here, I go in, I feed it to my girls for dinner. So it kind of makes this, you know, twofold. You get to watch me cook dinner. I get to drink beer, or Jack Daniels, or tequila. All right, so we got those fully cooked up. They're going. I got to discard this, guys. I put a lot on here. I put a whole 2 cups on here just so you guys could see what we're doing. You only need a couple tablespoons per fillet. Just make sure you get them fully coated up and use it. Like I said, I used a lot so you could see what we were doing, but we had the raw fish in here. We can't keep this. It's got to go. All right. While those are going, let's talk a little bit more about that lox. Again, brined back in the day, nowadays, salt cured lightly, and then cold smoked. It's a wonderful thing. They slice it up nice, and then they serve it to us. We're bringing the smoke to the table from the tomatoes. I didn't finish telling you about those tomatoes. I keep a bag of whiskey barrel chips. I have some soaked, and they're soaked in water, and that's what you got to do. If you don't soak your chips, they're going to burn when you throw them in the smoker, and we don't want them to burn. We want them to smoke. So what we do is we soak them in water for a couple hours before we use them, and we're good to go. I've got an extra sheet pan here because what I need to do is I want to make sure that I pull those salmons and let them set for a minute. And I don't want to use the pan that had the raw salmon. We don't want to cross-contaminate. When we did the capers, we talked about the tomato. Sliced tomato on your bagel sandwich. Sliced red onion. We're using pickled shallots. We talked about the pickled shallots. And we mentioned capers. We're actually using a fried caper. So, real simple to do. Take your capers out of the brine, throw them on a paper towel, get them a little dry, because if you don't, they're going to pop when you throw them in oil. You're going to get a small little saute pan and put a little bit of oil in the bottom. Throw your capers right in. Fry them up. Once you get a good fry on them, use a spoon, take them out, put them right back on that same paper towel. It's going to help let them rest, dry, cool down, and then we just throw them in a container for use. I did save that oil. That oil takes on a little bit of that briny flavor from the caper. I used that on my tomato. That's the oil I put on my tomato before I put the dirt on, so that we could throw them in the smoker here. Now, I know you can't see inside the green egg. We're working on that. We're talking with production, trying to get that to happen. And I got to tell you, the heat on these bad boys is absolutely insane. Let's take a look here. I'm going to bring these to you. I want you to look. You can see the cook creeping up the salmon. I've got it up about a quarter of the way, I like my salmon mid-rare, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and flip these and start the process on the other side. So when you're working with the green egg, the rack's down inside, so you gotta reach down in to actually get the flip. And it's hot as crap in there. That's another reason I pulled it out. Take a look at that bad boy. Huh? If those don't look amazing, I don't know what the hell you're watching. All right, guys, it's gonna go pretty quick from here. I'm gonna put these back in. Get a little wipey wipe. And quick by here, I meant this beer. We're gonna kill it pretty quick from here. Now remember, if you have any questions, throw them up. We'll do our best and give you some answers to what's going on. Isn't it funny that it's like probably about 60 degrees outside and I'm still sweating? All right. That salmon's doing its thing. I want to get my tomatoes. I'm going to move my tomatoes to a bowl here, very gently. And I just want to get a little more olive oil on them. And now we're going to season them with little VooDoo dust. Doesn't take much, guys. Remember, dust is going to bring out the natural flavors of whatever you're working with, whether it's, chicken, beef, tomatoes. The natural flavor is what we're enhancing with that. All right, our salmon is going to move its way right onto this plate, but I need my dinner plate. Now, it's not often we go start to finish out here. We're going start to finish. Let's get rid of some of this stuff, huh? Keeping an eye on that salmon the whole time. Don Davenport, what's going on? Appreciate you checking in. All right. Here we go. All right, we got 2 plates today. 2 different platings. First thing we need on both plates is a little bit of our boars and cheese sauce. Our boars and cheese sauce is going to represent that cream cheese, all right? I'm just putting a little bit right in the middle of the plate. Let's get a little more over there. All right, now check this out. Kind of like a little pizzoli. I'm just going to give it a little opened up here. Okay? Get a little coverage on my plate. We're going to put the salmon right dead center of that. We want a little bit of this cheese on every bite of that salmon. Just like that bagel. We put that cream cheese all over it. We want to make sure they get a little bite of this sauce with every bite of the bagel. 2 different platings, right? We're going to take a little bit of our tomatoes. You know what? These are delicate. We want to lay these out. We're just going to lay them down. Quote Bon Jovi here. Let's make a little bed of glory. What is that? Bed of glory? Is that what it was? I don't know. I'm showing my age. I'm old. All right. 2 different plates here, guys. All right, so this one, tomatoes down first. Let me get these salmon. Check these bad boys out. God, they're looking good. They are looking amazing. I know the production quality is horrible. Gonna have to get on that guy. You know what we need? We need a little bit of this. All right. I'm gonna bring my salmon out and let it rest just for a second. What? Let me tell you guys, this is fire. So I don't know. One thing I did when I put that salmon down on that cast iron, I set it down, I let it rest. I didn't play with it too much. I let it make sure that it pulled away. I let it set and cook so that it separated itself. And this is just amazing. Look, we're gonna set this right down on those tomatoes. Holy crap. Now this one we're gonna set right on the cheese sauce. Look at that. Dude, nice mid-rare, just looking like fire. Now we're gonna take our tomatoes on this one and just kind of let them right across the middle here do their thing. Get some on top. Holy moly. You know what, if you know me, you know I really don't care for salmon. But I am going to dig into this son of a gun like nobody's business. All right. So, let's get our pickled shallots. All right, so this plate here, we're just going to take our pickled shallots, and we don't want to hide that crust, so we want it to show, but we're going to make a nice little string right down the middle. If they hang over, hey, they hang over. It is what it is. Golly. This one here, we're going to follow the tomato line, okay? Michael Hewitt, how are you? Thanks for checking in. We're doing a little play on Lox Bagel. So we got our onions on there. Our pickled shallots, rather, my apologies. And now, our capers. Same. On this one here, we're just going to come right down the line. Let them fall where they may. Same on this, follow the line of the tomato. And guys, I gotta tell you, this is insanity. This is insanity. Our play on a little everything bagel with cream cheese, tomato, onion, and caper. Our version, and everything salmon with boars and cheese sauce, fire roasted dirty tomatoes, pickled shallots, and fried capers. There's plate number one. Second option for plating, tomatoes on the bottom. With all your yummy goodness on top. Guys, don't forget to check us out. Log on to Facebook. Make sure you like us. Make sure you share it. Share this post. Check out our YouTube channel. Log on to YouTube. Search VooDoo Chef. Find our channel. Subscribe. Ring the bell. Share it. Do whatever the hell you do. I'm old. I don't know. But if you like what you see here, you know, work that magic for us. Share us with other people. And if you're looking to buy our products, log on to VooDooChef.com. You can find all our products online. They usually ship within a day or two. And a portion of everything we do supports the VooDoo Chef Foundation. Of course, VooDoo Chef Foundation supporting the community through food and education. Next year, 2021, even with all the craziness of COVID in 2020, 2021, VooDoo Chef Foundation is committed through our business partnerships and partner community relations to over $100,000 in culinary scholarship. Check us out, find us, share us, like us, subscribe to us, check us out on the VooDoo Chef podcast. Do what you got to do. Thanks, guys. We'll check you soon. All right, guys. Tell me that salmon did not look amazing. I'm going to tell you the truth. It tasted amazing. But enough about that. Lex, you ready to talk to Max Sherard? Lex is on a delay. It's like she's with the
Yeah.
Iowa Farmers Association or something. She's got that little pause in there. But, we got to get Maxie Max in here because, we still got pointless pop culture trivia and all the craziness that goes on with that. But, Max Sherard, just an amazing cat like Lex, one of my former students who just has created and done some amazing things. And I'm super excited to be bringing Max Sherard into the podcast to talk. Max, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Erik?
Hey, man, it's been a long time since I've actually seen you. We've hung out. You got to tell me, man, your hair grew a little bit. What's up with that?
I'm channeling my inner Split Image right here. Just going out chasing all the dead presidents.
I hope you are tasting a lot of dead presidents, my friend. Very few people are going to get that joke, but I love it.
Absolutely. There's going to be maybe 3 people.
Yeah, maybe 4, but I think they're going to all be in Japan, bro. We were big in Japan.
Right on.
Hey, Max, this is Alexis. I don't know if you guys met. In my brain, all of you guys graduated the same year. But you were actually 06, and Alexis was cheating. She was helping me. And I think Lex was 17. That's how much? Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lexus is on delay. She's calling
Yes.
in from Iowa. So, Max, you did a lot of great things. I mean, starting at Chamberlain, I see so many students, and it's funny because all of you guys have a special place, and you're all compartmentalized up here, and I can kind of pull you guys all out. I think the thing that stands out most with Max, I think we met when you were about 14 or 15. Judy brought you in, that's mom, and we made some snarky remarks, and I remember you went somewhere and Judy says, you're gonna have your hands full, he's a smart ass. And I looked at your mom and I said, can I fuck with him? And your mom's like, oh hell yeah. And you came back and I said, Max, your mom says you're kind of a smart ass. And you looked at me and you said, yeah, little 14-year-old. I go, that's okay, man, it doesn't bother me for 2 reasons. 1, I'm bigger than you. And 2, I'm not afraid to go back to jail. Now, tell the truth. Your mom told me that you believed that for a couple weeks, and she let you believe it.
I mean, you had the tattoos, the big restaurant guy, it was hard to not believe it.
And I think I was clean-shaven bald at that time, too, was I not?
You were.
Yeah, I didn't have the Goldilocks like you have right now. I love the tribute, though, man. You got the bandana. You're drinking bourbon. Power to you. Lex isn't drinking anything, and that's okay. But that's a funny story. But what stands out most with me is you entered a competition, and you just took it head on, and you created kind of like an Oriental dragon out of food, and you entered it in the edible centerpiece competition. And dude, it stands out in my head to this day, and it was just fucking amazing, and you should have won.
It was a very cool piece. I don't remember if it was Pro Start or if it was the FCCLA competitions, but yeah, it was something we kind of wanted to do and kind of get away from the whole traditional watermelon carving or a cantaloupe with some roses and stuff in it.
Which to this day is still what people do and win. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But from that moment, you had some mad skills, and I remember. And I want you to talk about this a little bit, if you would. I don't know that culinary was a path that at first your folks were like gung-ho about. I think they wanted something more traditional. How did that pan out? I mean, I know, but let's share it with everybody.
I just don't think I was ever going to get into medical school, to be honest. We signed up for culinary at Chamberlain and hit it off, and you got me a job and started working. And my first restaurant job was at Sonny's Barbecue. I wasn't even cooking at the time. It was just bussing tables. And then they got into the shits one night, and I went in and worked the flat top grill and making garlic bread and dropping stuff in the fryer.
And you thought you were a hero, right?
And no, it was just like, this is disgusting. And they tried to rope me back in. And I was like, no, I'm pretty good out here at the host stand, in my khakis and polo and that kind of stuff. And here we are now 16 years later, grinding still in the restaurant industry. It kind of just created this whole beautiful thing that I became very, very passionate about, and have made a decent career and living off of.
Dude, you're killing it. And I don't want to jump too far ahead. I mean, we already alluded to the fact that you're the owner of Nosh Caterers. And before we go on, why don't you throw out all your social medias so people know where to find you and get a hold of you?
Please, we're on Facebook at Nosh_Caterers, and Instagram the same thing at Nosh_Caterers. We do a lot of stuff through our social media platforms with what we got going on for that week, and keep up with our stories and different posts, and hopefully you can get your hands on some of our products.
Oh, and I got to tell you, I love when you try something new or you're out there, because you make me feel special. I think I'm one of those guys that you call just to put your food in front of somebody's face, and I'm gonna like it, dude.
So hey, I'm Casey Grello. I play drums with Queensryche, and I love VooDoo Chef. It's amazing stuff. My wife and I cook with it all the time. Thank you, VooDoo Chef.
Yo, I'm calling from Montego Bay, Jamaica. What me telling you, me living at Shanty, but guess what, man? Listen to the VooDoo Chef podcast. Check it out.
So Chamberlain was great, and I love that you were there. But you went on to bigger, better things, and you headed down to Miami, and you actually attended Johnson & Wales Culinary School. And tell us what that was like.
It was a great experience. Here's a kid that had lived at home and then got released down into Miami at 18 years old.
I love it.
Had a lot of fun, worked, and I had already worked in the restaurant industry for a couple of years before I got down there. So I've kind of already felt that I had a jump on quite a few of the other students.
And Max, you said you worked in industry, and you talked about Sonny's at first, but you also did time with the Hyatt Hotel at Armani's, which is one of the premier restaurants in Tampa, even more so back the time you went to school.
Correct. Yeah, I was working at Armani's my junior and senior year of high school, really kind of getting exposed to a whole nother world of cuisine. You go out to eat, and Carrabba's is still probably one of my favorite restaurants to this day, and that's where we would go a lot, with the family, and then working at like Sonny's Barbecue. And then here we are, getting our hands on fresh products that I've not only seen on TV or magazines kind of stuff, and I'm getting to play around with them every single day. So that really kind of opened up Pandora's box to a lifestyle that kind of evolved into what it is now.
And you at that time, not everybody has it. Everybody, once you get into our industry, everybody has it, and everybody wants to be the best. But even back at that high school level, you had that drive to just want to be better than everybody else. And what I admire about you is, on the back end, you would be like, I can't believe this person's doing that. And it would all be on the back end in private. But out in public, you would drive just to make yourself better. And you would drive to make sure that you were the best, the most recognizable, the most memorable. And you're still doing that today. And that's something that back at that age, we don't see in a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of you.
I appreciate it.
Dude, you're rock star. I'm telling you. I was telling Alex, your class is a very special class. You guys had a lot of rock stars, and that's rare. And you guys stand out. And we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about you. And Johnson & Wales, you did your 2 years in culinary, and you killed it down there. But I don't know. You and I just always seem to randomly connect and talk at various times. no matter what stage you've been in. And I don't know how we connected, but somehow I got a picture of you while you were at Johnson and Wales, and you were like scabbed up like a motherfucker, bro. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened? And you're like, you ever seen the movie Jackass? Tell everybody what you did, buddy.
We there was a Wachovia bank that had a parking garage right off of campus, and the parking garage was something like I'd never seen before, where it was 3 or 4 levels that were just going straight up that kind of branched off on the side. So here's this, I don't know, probably close to 60, 75 yard ramp that just had all these split levels, and went down it in a shopping cart.
So the people who are out there, if you're not catching the swing here. You know, if you go to a parking garage, the ramps usually turn so that you do boneheaded shit.
Correct.
The parking garage here went like
straight
this.
Up. Yes.
And what Max forgot to tell you was that there's a Publix in the same parking lot. So he got a shopping cart, took it to the top, and you were hauling ass down. And it was probably fun as hell.
No brakes, and God only knows how long it took me to get down. And you know, we had some spotters down at the ground, and there was no cars at the time. But by the time it got down there, here comes a car, and there's no brakes or anything. And sure enough, I ended up trying to bail right before we hit the car. And man, I did work.
I'm just so upset there's no video capture of this.
There was no video. This was all before, you know, the smartphones and everything like that. And I do have a photo somewhere probably still of my arm that's just, I mean, completely just raw, just road rash galore. It was all over my legs. And not the smartest thing I've ever done, but also probably not the stupidest thing I've ever done.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But dude, for those of you guys out there don't know Max, he's insane, and in a good way, you know, not like trying to bite his own ear, but
What's up, everybody? This is WWE Superstar Titus O'Neil. I'm here with my man, Chef Erik Young, longtime friend, so much of a friend that he met me at my bank, one of my banks, Bank of America, to come and drop me off some good products that I'm about to get loose on this grill tomorrow when I have all these people over to my house. But you all can do the same thing. Go to VooDooChef.com and get your products. He's got everything on there from marinades to barbecue sauce to rubs to all kinds of stuff. Shrimp, chicken, pork, beef, vegetarian, it don't matter. Just get on there and make it splatter. VooDoo.com, VooDooChef.com.
You know, we invite people into the podcast all the time. I have people popping into this waiting room like crazy. Another one. They're popping into this waiting room like insanity. What the hell did you do? I mean, is this one of those ambushes? I've been in one of those. They're fun.
We put it up on our Instagram, and I texted a handful of people, you know, we're going live, and I got a wig and a bandana on, and we're, you know, channeling our split image and, you know, playing tribute to, you know, yourself. We're going to make it go viral.
Dude, that's awesome. I absolutely love it. I keep having to text them saying, hey, come back for trivia, come back for trivia. And I hope they all come back because it's going to be a blast.
Absolutely.
You know, you, after JWU, you moved on, and I believe you went to UCF and did even more schooling.
I did. I went to Germany in between Johnson & Wales and UCF, and lived in Germany for 4.5 months cooking through my externship with Johnson & Wales, which was a great experience. And then I did the hospitality program through UCF at Rosen. Definitely wanted that like college atmosphere vibe, large campus, football, you know, that kind of thing. And also they just had a great program. So I did a 2-year program there that probably took like 3.5 years, but nobody was keeping count except for my parents. And yeah, I mean, it was a great opportunity. I worked at Disney while I was out there, and definitely you know, opened up quite a few doors and exposed me to some people that really made some things happen.
And, you know, working at Disney, you know, we've had a few students go in and out of that property, and, you know, a lot of times when I ask our former students or students, dude, what the fuck? Now Clayton's popping in. I absolutely love this. I wish Ruby would come back.
Me too.
Ruby's been on the podcast, and I love it. But our people who have gone through Disney, a lot of these folks tell me, yeah, I got put in some mass production lab. And I think you started there too. But again, that drive came out. And I mean, you were staging at Beauty and the Beast and all these different places. And I'm just like, this guy is just cranking it. And it goes back to that same drive you had in high school, man. And I got to keep talking about that because it sets you apart.
I'm definitely a competitive son of a bitch, that's for sure. And it's always driven me, and I've always had this work ethic. My parents, you know, I definitely thank them for you know, giving me that trait for sure. Whether it been selling lemonade or cutting grass as a kid, cleaning pools, to working. I mean, I can't remember when I didn't have a job, and it's amazing I still don't have more money in the bank now. How long I've been working and everything. But.
Life. Speaking of your parents, man, I'll never forget. You know, you're in the culinary program. We're working for lunch and all this. And here's Max. He'd be opening up his lunch, and he'd take out this foil wrap, and he'd wrap it up. They're like, damn, dude, that sandwich looks good. And Max would be, you know, that's how it is when you got a team of two.
Team of two.
I'm like, what? Yeah, I got a team of two that works for me. I'm like, dude, you got people that work for you? He's like, yeah, mom and dad, that's my team of two. Pops made me this sandwich last night, and he better had.
My dad is a saint, and I mean, he made us lunch. He makes my mom lunch every single day. There's I would imagine at 5:30 in the morning, my dad brings my mom coffee still every day, comes around the hallway, you know, hot coffee, and it's just a thing. And my dad's sandwiches are the bee's knees.
And you know, I have to throw mad props to your dad. Your dad has been very good to me over the years, as has your mom. But your dad is the creator of most of the VooDoo Chef labels, and he is just insane as an artist. I called him up on a phone, and I don't know if you know the story. He goes, I said, dude, I kind of want to twist the label a little bit. He goes, all right, well, you know, as calm as he can be, tell me what you're thinking. And I said, I want Scooby-Doo Spooky Island, but I don't want it to look cheesy. And I don't know that he would even know what Scooby-Doo Spooky Island is. He goes, okay. And I'm sure he's Googling shit.
Oh,
but
he probably spent 8 hours researching it.
Yeah, but as soon, it's like in no time, I get the label for Moho, and he's like, I looked it up and I put skulls on the beach. And if you look in the mountains and the backdrop, like it was on the island, you can see all the ingredients of the stuff. I'm like, dude, you're the shit. You are the shit, man.
He's impressive.
He's just a badass, man. You are a lucky man, brother.
I tell you what, when you're starting up a business and branding and marketing and, you know, logos and everything, that was him and I spent a lot of time at his office. And I don't know if you know this or not, but when we finally picked the name for Nosh, I bought a kosher catering company. It was formerly Edibles by Ethel. Yep. And I figured to go ahead and change the name. So this is something that has some longevity and nobody asks, you know, well, is Ethel your, you know, grandmother or mom, you know, that kind of thing. So I wanted to kind of rebrand the company right off the bat. And we went with Nosh, which is a Yiddish word that means to snack. It's a little in between meal. It's a bite, but it's also, people have heard of this. And I'm 1 month into this, owning this company, and people are like, oh yeah, I've heard of you, you know, and it's like, no, you haven't, but you know this word and you don't know where you remember it from. And my father created this logo. It was just very, very elaborate, and it was very dainty, elegant. There was a lot of, you know, just a lot of things going on. And he shows it to me and I was like, yeah, I hate it.
How hard was that? Honestly, how hard was that?
You know, it's one of those things where I had to voice my opinion. Otherwise, you know, it was like that. It's not what I'm looking for. It's, you know, that kind of thing. And I don't know if you can see the logo now or not, but it's literally just the word wrote out, and this olive with the toothpick through it was part of the original logo. and I said, let's spend a couple of minutes looking at some of the biggest names here in Tampa and New York and in San Francisco and, you know, LA. And let's look at their logos and font. And it's all of this lowercase, just very basic, modern, classy. It's timeless. And he's like, so you want this? And he just types out the word Nosh. And I was like, why don't you drag that olive and the O through there? Because I think that's pretty cool. And, you know, obviously he tweaked it slightly and kind of changed and made us our own font. And I was like, I love it. And I'm so happy with the logo. And it was, you know, beautiful to something my dad and I could share. And it also didn't cost me anything. So,
Dude, I got lots of jokes. I'm just going to let them go. But the logo is clean. It's clear. It says everything about you and what you do. And, you know, it represents your food because your food is very clean. You got great trim lines. And, you know, I'd love to say that we could trace your lineage through the restaurants and see all these different chefs that have had an impact on you. But I don't think we can. I mean, you've hung out with some amazing chefs here in Tampa, from, you know, Chad and John over at the Burns Group and the Epicurean Hotel. You spent time at On Swan. I think you went somewhere else after that too.
I was at Brewbus for almost 2 years, and that was my
that kitchen, right?
first time. There was another chef there for a few months when they introduced the kitchen there. But yeah, we basically turned it into a nice little you know, food stop where it wasn't just all about the beer and the bus transportation. I think we
no,
did
people talked about your food. People talked about your food. I used to have meetings there because your food was that good.
Appreciate it.
But when you look at the photos of your catering and you look at your food, you really can't trace it back to any of your mentors, so to speak. You have made it your own, and you have your own style, and I think that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, the one of the coolest things that I thought Ethel did with the catering company before I owned it is she did not have set menus, which it's a blessing and a curse all at the same time. Basically, anytime somebody reaches out and wants us to do a job or a catering, we spend quite a bit of time getting to know that client, getting to talk to them, figuring out what their wants and needs are, and most importantly, kind of like a budget where they would like to be in. And we create a custom menu for each and every client. So it does take a lot more time to get everything kind of tailored in, but it's really fun for me because I'm not getting stagnant cooking the same thing, you know, every single week. We're hey, we've got chicken marsala for 75 people, you know, that kind of thing. So it's been pretty fun to change the menu for every single event. And we've had some Rockstar dishes that just blew everybody out of the water, surprised me how well they went. We've had some things that, you know, lesson learned. On paper, it was a great idea, and, you know, executing it, we could have probably done a better job, but more so on the latter of getting to play around and always keep it fresh.
Yeah, that's important. Hey, one more time, if somebody wants a custom created event, party, even private dinner from Nosh Caterers, how do they find you? Tell them one more time.
You can go to our website at noshcaterers.com. The best way to get a hold of us, I always say, is an email or through Instagram or Facebook. And that's just Nosh_Caterers. Send us a message, send us a DM, and we'll get back to you as basically as soon as possible. And it's a couple of emails, a couple of phone calls, kind of find out what the venue is, how many people. One of my favorite questions to ask people is, tell me like 5 restaurants that you guys go to on the regular, and that can kind of usually start a thought process of what these people are looking for, you know.
That's very cool, guys.
How far in advance?
There's nothing really set in stone. So obviously we operate with first come, first availability kind of thing. if I've got the date open and we've got the staff to do it, then we'll put you on the calendar and we'll go from there.
That's super cool. That's super cool. Hey, Max, probably one of the things that I really wanted to get you in and talk about, so many amazing things, and we could stretch this out forever. But I want to talk about COVID. You know, you were still kind of fresh, kind of new, still considered probably a startup, and all of a sudden we're fucking shutting this country down. And, you know, you're on the podcast this week for a reason. You kind of pivoted and created a whole new business within your business. Tell us about that.
So Nosh Caters is a kosher catering company, and what that means is we follow and keep with all of the kosher guidelines as far as separating meat and dairy and bringing in only kosher products. Now, I will do non-kosher events as well, but I was not able to source kosher bagels anywhere. They was the only way I could get kosher bagels were frozen through Cisco, and they sucked. And when 95% of your clientele is Jewish, that's what we were making every Saturday morning after services were bagels and lox and tuna fish. And I said, let's take this to the next level. And we started making bagels, and we made some really bad bagels at first. And then they progressively had just gotten better and better. And it got to a point where once COVID happened and the temple had shut down and canceled an event, what we do is we make and shape our bagels the day before we boil and bake them, so they have time to age and ferment slowly in the refrigerator. So I had about 200 bagels already shaped that were raw, and they canceled an event. So we had put it up on our Facebook page. Hey, I've got a couple of bagels to sell. I'd love to see these go to a good home. And we sold 200 bagels like in a matter of 10 minutes. Somebody was like, yeah, put me down for this, whatever. And that snowballed where it was like, hey, we need more. And then probably within that week, I think we had every single event from early March until November canceled. This was over $250,000 in revenue that we were going to be bringing in during that time frame. We had 5 weddings, major banquets and events, a bunch of private parties, some good, really good money. And I couldn't answer emails and phone calls fast enough for them canceling. And nobody knew what was happening. We want our deposit back. We want, to cancel. We want to, postpone. We don't know what's happening. Nobody did. So we obviously needed to find some kind of source of revenue. And the great thing about the bagels were everybody likes bagels. Nobody had to get together, for them. So we started offering them for a drive-through pickup, contactless delivery, and contactless pickup. And then we started delivering them because we realized our market was capped. We're in Carrollwood operating out of Congregation Colamy off of Fletcher and Down Mabry. And the market, in South Tampa, and then it was huge. So we had somebody running our social media, just blasting a bunch of information. And we went from like 200 followers to over 1,000 in a matter of a couple of weeks. We got our bagels in front of a couple of big bloggers and influencers that just promoted it, never asked them to or anything like that. It was, hey, we saw your stuff and we want to give it a try. And it was just this natural, organic boom where we went from selling 100, 150 bagels a day to 3,000 in 4 days. That was our max, where we were doing about 11 to 1,200 a day. And
wow.
I don't own bagel equipment. I don't own big mixers, dough presses that roll and shape out. I made every single bagel that went out. My hands touched.
That's awesome.
And I think what was really, really cool is I rewrote the definition of what goes into a cream cheese.
Yes, you did.
changed a menu every single week. And we did 5 to 7 different flavored cream cheeses. And I always had to have a couple of staples that we would repeat: your lox spread, your veggie, your chive, plain. But then we pushed the bar of what could go into a cream cheese. And what we did was we kind of played homage to a couple of our dearest friends and close people and started naming cream cheeses after some of our, really good friends and people that had lost their jobs and were furloughed and needed some work. And I brought on 3 people to basically make bagels full time that had lost their jobs during this pandemic.
Awesome. Give us 3 of those cream cheeses. Give us the top 3 that were paying homage to other people.
So the guava, which we called the Tampa, was the best cream cheese I think that we've ever done. And we actually did a fundraiser where all of our proceeds for a week of every guava cream cheese that we sold, we donated all the money to Feeding America Tampa Bay. And we ended up writing a check for $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So that was by far the best cream cheese that we've done. A couple of other ones that really stand out that were over the place is we did a Frito and green onion cream cheese. It was so good the very first hour that it was made. And then after all of the Frito crumbs and dust that we had turned it into kind of sat, it just had this gnarly texture that just was not right. And it was one of those things that, we made it, we tasted it, and it was just amazing. And then we packaged it, and we had a couple of people come back and say, "What the fuck is this?" And I went and opened up another one, and then we might have refunded or given some extra bagels the next week to them. But man, we did sweet Thai chili. We've done cranberry chipotle. We've done maple bourbon pecan.
Did I see Fruity Pebble?
So we did a Fruity Pebble bagel. Fruity Pebble bagel. The Fruity Pebbles were in the bagel dough and on top. Man. And then we made a birthday cake cream cheese. So that had vanilla extract, powdered sugar, actual funfetti birthday cake mix in the cream cheese, and a ton of sprinkles. I mean, it was actually one of the food bloggers had got her hands on one of those and posted a photo of it. And after This Babe Eats posted a photo, we blew up that day. She's got 100,000 who I can't keep track of how many followers she has, but we had hundreds of people following our page right after that. So Kira, shout out to you. Thank you for putting us on the bagel map.
So can we still get bagels? So
yes, you can. I have people text me and message me every single week. I have not made them in a couple of weeks. We've been doing prepared meals. We got a contract of a temple in Sarasota, and I've been cooking about 100 meals a week for a temple in Sarasota by myself. So definitely need to bring on some additional staff now, and we'll bring bagels back hopefully in the next week, if not the following week. We're going to be doing a social media blast, promote them, bring them back for the holidays, and we're going to go from there. We're going to probably do it a few days a week, not necessarily our normal operation hours, which was Tuesday through Friday, but we'll definitely have a couple of days where you're going to be able to get your hands on some of these bagels.
Dude, that is absolutely amazing. I got to tell you, I talk to a lot of you guys all the time, and that's real special to me that we keep in contact. If I'm not mistaken, I took you to your first Motley Crue concert.
Certainly did.
But Max, I am glad that we have developed into the relationship we have. And if I haven't told you, I am way proud of your success, my friend. And it's just amazing to see where you're at, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I don't know if you know this, but I definitely hold you responsible for driving me and pushing me and encouraging me to get a job. And you had this position with all of these kids that took your classes that you didn't give a shit if they wanted to become the next Emeril Lagasse or wanted to join the military or wanted to, get in finance, you wanted them to have a plan. You wanted them to have post-secondary education. That was your number one goal, is what are you doing after high school, whether it be, a trade job or college or community college. And I hold you responsible and thank you for, pushing all of us and driving it. And it was never, I want you to go to this school or, become a chef or, that kind of thing. It was, each individual, each student, each kid had their own ideas and passions, and you really, pushed all of us and made all that happen. So cheers.
Hey, that means the world, man. And I really appreciate that, especially coming from the motherfucking Tiger King. What the fuck? Are you ready for some pointless pop culture trivia, my friend?
Make it happen.
Because you know what? Here they all come.
Let's do it.
Guys, they're all coming in. Check it
Before
out.
we go to that, we should share.
Uh-oh. Pointless pop culture trivia is coming in the room, but Alexis has one more question for Max.
Max, what's the most mischievous thing you did in your year to Chef Young's? Because I remember when I was there, he had the Hillsborough County people in the Outback having lunch, and he told us, don't do anything stupid. I have a meeting. And when he looked through the door, he saw two kids plastic wrapped together running through the kitchen.
I don't really know if I can share a lot of them on.
I'd be okay if we didn't, especially since we've got, educational guru, Miss Liz Ann Ippolito in the room. Lex, good job.
Yeah.
Oh, man, sorry.
nothing rings a bell too much, but we definitely had a lot of fun in Eric's class.
Well, I hope you did, because I think it's going to get a little crazy right now as we get ready for pointless pop culture trivia. Max, you may or may not know some of the folks we have in the room, and apparently I may or may not know some of the folks we have in the room. But I am going to Spider, are you playing on two screens today? Oh, Jesus, he's double trouble tonight. Let's meet the room tonight. We got Chef Carl Miller, one of the VooDoo Chef ambassadors. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, just hanging out.
Oh, he's playing by the rules. He's got his drink ready. Max, brought in just for you so he could kick your ass as he's sipping on his, something good. Chef extraordinaire, Greg Baker. What's going on, buddy?
Who's this Max guy? I never met him before.
Nope, never.
I'd like you to meet my friend, the Tiger King. He kind of looks like if the drummer from the Foo Fighters and the Tiger King had a baby.
I thought it was Axl Rose, actually, but
Actually,
Greg, have you ever seen photos from Erik and split
I
image?
mean, 80s Axl Rose. I'm not trying to cast disparagement here.
We got a weekly entry here, Mr. Spider. This the one word. It's like Madonna. It's like he's that good. Just Spider. How you doing, my friend?
Peachy, I got a spotty internet connection while I'm running my phone on the side and stuff. I don't want to miss out.
Heard. Let's see how well you do tonight. Guys, it's a little scary. We got educational guru in the room, Miss Liz Ann Ippolito. How are you, friend?
Hi, everybody. I'm good.
Hello.
Ooh, looking professional.
And absolutely, looking professional. Did you just get off work? You need the work class.
I got home about a half hour ago.
And a new entry into the room, Miss Laura Simmons. Laura, are you out there? Can you come off mute? Laura, going once. Max, do you know Laura?
I don't believe so.
Laura must have found it on your website. Max put it out on open air where we're going to be and who's doing what. So we might get crashed all night, but that would be fun. That would be absolutely fun. Let's get started.
I might need a pen and paper this time.
You're going to need to keep score. If you haven't noticed, co-host Ed Carmack is out tonight. We're going to give Ed a little more props today. Ed actually had to take an exam today. Ed is officially certified to teach every subject area except PE now. Big shout out to my, as Johnny B says, my autistic friend, Ed Carmack. He is one of the smartest motherfuckers I know. And he's eligible to teach every subject area now except PE. But that's okay. I mean, who really wants to run and shit? All right.
Hey, my PE teacher in high school had a degree from Columbia and wound up teaching in Pinellas County school system for some ungodly unknown reason. But yeah, it's a worthy reason. It deserves some respect, doesn't it?
Well, you're a rock guy, Greg. It's like they said in School of Rock. Those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach PE. No, man. Every teacher is important, and every teacher makes a difference. We'd like to hope and think. So I'm just making fun. But it is time for another round of Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. Please remember, there are only 2 rules for Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. You must have a drink, and you must not cheat. Greg, remember the last time you were on the podcast? I don't either.
Not really, actually.
I don't either.
There's a lot of rye involved, and it just went south. I don't.
If anybody can convince Greg Baker to eat a Butterburger from Cheddar's, I think they win. And that's what we had that night with milkshakes. All right, 2 rules. Don't cheat and have a drink. If you know the answer, simply shout out your own name. Please be clear. Our co-host, Miss Alexis Quinones, will call on whomever she hears first. You will have the opportunity to respond, and if you respond correctly, you will earn 1 point. There are no points taken away for incorrect answers, so do not hesitate if you think you know the answer. And as always, the winner of tonight's Pointless Pop Culture Trivia will have the opportunity to have their name entered into a drawing where they may or may not be selected the winner of a prize to be named at a later date. So if you are ready, here we go with question number 1. If you are a believer, you are a fan of what Canadian pop star?
Carl.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, Justin Bieber. Carl's ashamed to announce that he knows. Justin Bieber is correct. Carl takes the lead right out of the gate with only 600 questions left. Question number 2. The centigrade temperature scale is more commonly known by what name?
Carl.
Celsius. The Celsius scale. Carl, have you broken the code? You're up 2-0.
Are you secretly Canadian?
No way.
I hope not. Question number 3.
Going on here.
If you want to use an Apple AirPod, you should insert them into what part of your body?
Max.
Greg.
Max.
Your ear?
Your ear is correct. Greg came in real close, and he's got him in his ear. All right. Question number, I don't know what question we're on because, it's Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. We're supposed to be drinking. Question number 4. In 2019, what singer unsuccessfully tried to trademark the word occur? And I could be saying that wrong because
You did.
How do you say it, Alexis?
I'm not saying it.
OKURR. Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Carl.
Oh,
does that help anybody? Carl.
Lady Gaga.
No.
Carl.
Max.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
Carl is in with Cardi B. Carl, I gotta tell you, man.
Wow.
I couldn't pick Cardi B out of a lineup.
You're quite a track record for yourself, Carl. I'm impressed.
And just so you know, this is the teeny bopper version of Toilet Trivia, which, Carl, officially makes you the most creeper man in the room.
Okay.
Question number 5.
I'm gonna go drive my van around the neighborhood after this. Okay.
Oh.
Question number 5. Despite not having won a Super Bowl since 1996, what NFL franchise is still nicknamed America's team?
Carl.
Carl.
Dallas Cowboys.
Carl is in again.
And we were making fun of PE teachers. Yeah.
Lex, give us official score after 5 questions.
Carl in the lead with 4 and Max behind with 1.
Max coming in with 1. Good thing we have a bagel question coming up. Question number 6. Over 1 billion rolls of toilet paper and 60 million rotisserie chickens are sold yearly at what membership store?
Lizanne.
Greg.
Lizanne.
Sam's.
Sam's is incorrect.
Oh.
Carl.
Carl.
Costco.
Hey, that was second.
You have to re-jump in. It's like you got to be Corbin Blue all over again. Not that I've seen that movie.
Okay.
On the redo, you got to jump back in, Greg. Got to jump back in.
I see how this game is rigged now. It's cool. It's cool.
Thank you, Greg.
Sam?
Thank you, Greg.
Sorry?
What did you say, Lizanne?
Thank you, Greg.
All right. Lizanne says that every week. What's the score there, Lex? Who got that point? Carl got that point? Moving on to question number 7. In 2016, JetBlue became the first commercial airline in 55 years to fly to what island nation?
Carl.
Greg.
Carl.
Cuba.
Carl has cracked the code. Carl has cracked the code.
Did you accidentally send him the answers?
Did I send you?
You're my good luck charm.
It's Alexis is what it is. Lizanne fired Ed last week, and now Carl's finally firing Ed this week.
It's a Canadian plot.
Question number 8. What 857-year-old parastructure was severely damaged by the fire in 2019?
Greg.
Greg's in.
Notre Dame.
It is Notre Dame. Greg is on the board with only 62 questions left.
I'm not going to win. I just want...
There's 62 questions left. Carl, what's the line? Sandy has a chance. Sandy has a chance. Question number 9. 50 is what percent of 200?
Greg.
Thanks.
Greg.
25.
25% it is. All the food people are like, fuck, I know this quick. Hey, Spider, what are you drinking tonight?
Gatorade.
That's why he's gotten so many right answers.
What? No mule? Where's the mule?
Exactly.
Are those new glasses?
Yeah.
I like those. I got to get glasses. That's why I had to go from the computer to the phone. I can't see, man. All right, Lizanne, Spider.
Glasses will help with that.
Yeah, I know. So would more Jack. Just so you know, Lizanne, Spider, you don't have a shot. Question number 10. What keyword is an herb from the goosefoot family whose starchy sweet seeds are used in food? Not like I can read either. What keyword is an herb from the goosefoot family whose starchy seeds are used in food?
What Q-word?
Q-word.
Q-word.
Quinoa.
Say Greg.
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 Greg is correct. It is quinoa. Question number 11. Max, let me read the whole question because I think you
I
might
put my
jump
glasses
in.
on and I got like 10 times smarter. It's amazing.
It's not working for me.
I better take mine off.
What F word, Max, wait till it's done because it's not that F word. What, and I would write that question, you're right. What F word is a style of manicure known for its stylish white tips?
Max.
Carl.
Man,
Oh,
French tips.
Lex, are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Max with French tips. Absolutely.
Max. Let me see your fingernails.
Oh, I'm a nail biter.
Oh, man.
Question number 12. Seacrest or stern? Which is a term for the rear of the boat?
Carl.
Carl.
Stern.
Yes, it is. Lex, we better get a score after 12 questions.
Holy cow.
I think we gotta kick Carl out. Carl's winning. It's not a good
You're
thing.
whining like Sam. Stop.
Can I block his audio?
He's cheating. He's drinking water.
He's got a
What's
better
the-
internet connection.
What's the score there, Lex?
Carl has 7, Greg 2, Greg 3, Max 2.
Look at that. We've got a comeback. Question number
Don't call it
13.
that. Don't even think about calling it that.
No? Not yet? Too soon? I have no clue what. Oh, I know what this says now. On the TV show Community, Ken Jeong played a former teacher who taught what foreign language?
Greg,
Greg.
Greg.
I've never seen the show. I don't know.
What foreign language? Name a foreign language.
Korean.
Oh, Korean is wrong.
Lizanne.
Lizanne.
Spanish.
It is Spanish. Senor Chang.
Holy shit, I'm on the board.
There's a first time for everything, my friend.
Rick.
All right, question number 14. According to Bloom's hierarchy of education, not really, Lizanne, not really. I was kidding. Question number 14. If you were putting horsey sauce on your beef and cheddar, where are you?
Carl.
Greg.
Carl.
Arby's.
Carl the Creeper has the van down at Arby's. Good job, my friend.
5 for 5.
Question number 15. Who is the current mayor of New York City?
Greg.
Max.
Greg.
Greg's in.
Bill de Blasio.
Bill de Blasio is correct. Question number 16. On what sitcom did Jim Parsons win an Emmy for saying nerdy things like bazinga?
Lizanne.
Max.
Lizanne.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory it is. Carl, you're totally going to creep me out if you get this. Question number 17.
Great.
What famous city has the zip code 90210?
Greg.
Carl.
Beverly Hills.
And would you know that because you used to watch the show?
I cannot admit or deny that.
Well, you can admit it, but the sad part is you were 42 at the time. That's where I want to be, living in Beverly Hills.
Just like Luke Perry. It's fine.
Exactly. But question number 18, that's where I want to be, living in Beverly Hills. Who sings Beverly Hills?
Greg.
Greg's in.
Greg.
Weezer.
Weezer it is. Very excited. What gas in champagne is known as CO2 for short?
Greg.
Max.
Carbon monoxide.
Say it one more time.
Carbon monoxide.
One more time.
Carbon dioxide.
Greg.
Hey, wait, did he say it wrong? Tell the truth. Max, tell the truth.
What?
I thought so too, but I'm drinking barrel strength Jack. Max, did you say carbon monoxide?
On the first one I did.
Oh, you lose. Greg, go.
Carbon dioxide.
Greg was mad because he wanted us to go to the tape on the call anyways. Did you see him? He's like,
He's got a faster connection than me. I mean,
Well, in about what time is it? In about it looks like about 48 minutes. Is that right, Carl? IFA is going to be logging into play, and nobody's going to be here, and that's what's really funny. IFA is the Iowa Farmers Association. They've been missing ever since the time change. Question number 20. Prior to winning the Best Actor Oscar for his role in the movie Revenant, how many Oscars had Leo DiCaprio previously won?
Lizanne. 8.
8 is incorrect. Close, but incorrect. Max.
Max.
6.
How many?
6.
6 is incorrect.
Carl. 2.
2 is incorrect.
Spider.
Greg.
Spider.
9.
9 is incorrect. Greg, how many?
7.
7 is incorrect. The correct answer is 0. It was a meme going around the internet. At least I can say on my resume, I've earned as many. I have the same amount of Oscars as Leonardo DiCaprio.
I remember that.
Revenant was his first and only Oscar. That's 20 questions. We've got 10 left. Alexis, give us a score.
Carl has 9. Greg has 6. Max and Lizanne 2. And I think Spider dropped out.
No, Spider's playing on 2 streams.
And he's still losing.
He's trying to.
Y'all got jokes. It's okay.
I mean, you're like me playing blackjack. I can play 2 spots.
I'm going to go to Elise's Bakery, and I'm just going to knock everything off the shelf.
It's okay. I won't be cleaning it.
All the gingerbread houses that she just made. All right.
Greg,
Question
you play
number
blackjack. Do you
21.
split them like split image?
Are you done?
I am.
Question number 21. If you ate 1/4 of a pizza that was cut into 4 equal slices, how many slices are left?
Max.
Greg.
Lex, who's
Max.
in? Max.
3.
Max.
3 is correct. You know, you bring in pizza and my boy's all over it. 3 is correct. Lizanne, why are you scratching your head? It was a math question?
Yes.
Question number 22. According to the book, The Speed of Trust. No, not really. Question number 22. What are the next 4 words in the poem on the Statue of Liberty after "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses"?
Lizanne.
Yearning to be free.
I'm going to give it to you. You are correct. Ish.
What is it really?
I believe it's yearning to breathe free. I could be wrong because, again, I have autocorrect and I'm drinking Jack Daniels.
Now I have to look it up.
Yeah, don't. Wait till we're done. Because there's 3 questions and you have a chance. I mean, it's close. It's really close. The next questions are coming from Covey and Gladwell. And I think only 3 of us in the call know who those people are.
Stop.
Who knows who Gladwell is?
He wrote The Quest for Spock.
Oh, you were close. I mean, you said he was a writer. I got excited. Question number 3. Famous for...
I'm an outlier.
He wrote Outlier. Good job there, buddy. I knew you knew who he was. Question number 23. Famous for its red tab logo on the back pocket. What San Francisco company makes 501 jeans?
Greg.
You got robbed. Alexis.
I've heard Lizanne.
Lizanne.
Levi Strauss.
Levi's is correct. Question number 24. Strum it or beat it. Max, be careful. How should you play a conga?
Greg.
Greg.
Beat it.
I'm feeling the comeback, but we're not allowed to say that word. Located on the top of their head, What nostril-like orifice does a whale use to breathe?
Greg.
Greg.
Blowhole.
The blowhole. Alexis, you might want to give us a score update.
Carl still has 9, Lizanne 4, Greg has 8, and Max 3.
Oh, there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Carl's,
that's for sure.
Carl and Greg are neck and neck.
How do you correctly spell the word respect?
Greg.
Greg.
Sing it.
RESPECT.
I heard the E. Good job. Question, Carl, are you awake?
Oh, I'm it.
I was going to say, hey,
Come on, Canadians. Let's do this.
Carl, they were all just jokes, my friend. There's
Oh, Canada. No.
Oh, my goodness. If you want pearls in your drink, you should order what Taiwanese drink made from bulbs of tapioca?
Greg.
Boba tea.
Boba tea it is. Mushrooms or monkeys? What business are you in if you raise capuchins?
Greg.
Greg's in.
Monkeys.
Greg was sandbagging. Where we at, Alexis?
Carl still 9, Lizanne 4, Greg 11, Max 3.
I'm just coming into my stride here. It's cool.
Yeah, but if you get this one, you're in the same category as me and Carl. Although Max might nail this one. Spider ain't got a shot in hell.
Oh.
With love, bro. Wait till the question. You'll take that back. What host features many Bravo celebrities on his late night talk show entitled
Greg.
What Happens
Greg.
Live?
Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen it is. Not that I've seen any of those shows.
Me either. I've just seen commercials or whatever they call it on those things.
Sure.
On cable.
Sure, buddy. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, my wife watched.
Yeah. So have you seen the latest episode of The Family Chantel? Me neither.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Me neither. I think
yeah, me neither.
funny. Pedro's a funny dude, but I've never seen the show. Lexus, we got to be pretty close. Uh-oh, Lexus.
I'm losing. I'm losing now.
Yeah.
Alexis froze up. Oh,
yeah,
she's
Canadian.
back. Yeah, she's like the 80s. She's back. Alexis, we got a score? Carl, she's trying to keep
Carl
the title.
still has 9, Lizanne 4, Greg 12, Max 3.
Greg has 12 now? Oh, Carl, you got railroaded. With the last question of the game.
I put my glasses on. I got smarter.
If Sam was here, he would mandate that the last question be worth 30 points. Hormel or Harley Davidson? Which stock trades under the symbol HOG?
Greg.
Greg is in.
Hormel.
You are incorrect, sir.
Carl.
Carl's in with the sympathy give from Greg. Carl, what is the answer?
Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson trades under the name HOG. Guys, I appreciate everybody coming in for Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. Max, big shout out to you and Nosh Caterers for all you're doing out there. Keep killing it and doing amazing things. Guys, until next week, thanks for coming.
And there you have it, Booties. Another episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast. Let's give a big shout out to everyone involved with VooDoo Chef and all things VooDoo, starting with Woostoff Knives, the official knife of the VooDoo Chef. And jamming up and down the streets of all Ybor City and Tampa Bay, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for letting me jam with you guys. And when those amps are cranking, the turntables are definitely spinning thanks to the official DJ of the VooDoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo. Check him out spinning all across town, most importantly, at all VooDoo Chef events. Speaking of events, getting ready for yours? Check out VooDoo Chef Catering, custom-created events for every shape and size. Log on to VooDooChefCatering.com to get your information today. A great big shout out to all my Voodies that are in the VooDoo crew. Thank you for your support. And of course, we could not do what we do in the crew without all of our crew sponsors. First Watch, Chef Shane Shibley, thank you for believing in our mission. And of course, we can't forget VooDoo Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, check them out at VooDooMortgage.com. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. Drop in and check them out today. And our newest sponsor, Twisted South Food Truck. Chef Adam Jessup, thank you for what you do. And of course, all things VooDoo are in support of the VooDoo Chef Foundation, providing culinary scholarship and feeding those in need. To find out more information or make a donation yourself, log on to VooDooChefFoundation.com today.